You're up, Jim. You
All
got
right.
this.
Good morning. I'd like to thank the Governor Shapiro and all our distinguished guests for visiting the Greater Johnstown YMCA. As an organization, we have a long history of offering programs to youth and seniors here at the YMCA and have been an integral part of the community for 150 years. With nearly 3,500 members, including almost 850 youth and 800 seniors who greatly benefit from the Childcare and Dependent Tax Credit and also the tax rebate, rent rebate. In the last fiscal year, our Y has scholarshiped nearly $200,000 in memberships and program participation to remove fiscal barriers and ensure everyone has access to our programs. Scholarships are fueled by state and local grants, fundraising efforts, including donations by members, area sponsors who recognize the need in our community. In our summer camp program alone, 95% of the participants have received scholarship assistance. Because of the generosity of these grants and donors, we ensure thousands of kids learn to swim and understand the importance of safety around water, develop programming for middle school and after-school activities serving nearly 1,000 youth annually, providing a sense of community for seniors and youth. We look forward to continuing to offer programming that builds a healthy spirit, mind, and body for all. Please help me to welcome State Representative Frank Burns.
How many of you seen those pesky commercials saying the most laziest legislature in modern history? How many have seen those? We're here today to tell you that's a lie. It's the most effective and efficient legislature because we are putting more money in people's pockets than any time in recent history. Seniors are going to get the largest tax break. Seniors are going to get the largest tax break in 20 years. 20 years. Working families are going to get more money in their pockets to pay for childcare. And that was done by this legislature. And I was a proud sponsor of the bill to put more money in people's pockets. And along with the governor, we were able to accomplish that. That's working together, that's bipartisanship, and that's how you get things done. Sometimes it's not perfect, but when we're putting more money into working families' pockets, it's a victory for Pennsylvania, and it's a victory for all of you. And in a community like ours, we need all the help we can get. And I'm ready to continue this job to make sure we get every penny we can back to our area. So if you're not sure whether you qualify for any of these programs that are talked about today, contact my office, and my staff will walk you through the process to make sure if you qualify, you're going to get what's coming to you. You're going to get the money that you deserve. You earned it. Thank you. And now I'll turn it over to Senator Langerholt.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to stand here. Thank you, Governor, for coming out. And this is an example of good that can come out of Harrisburg, true bipartisanship and an impact that will have on not just this community, not just this region, but the Commonwealth as well. And what this does for families and for seniors will be tremendous. I see Leah Spangler there. She was a tremendous advocate. I would be remiss if I don't mention her tireless work being in Harrisburg to advocate for this. Thank you. And it's good to see that come to fruition because we know when families can work, that have children, that helps everyone. That helps with the economy. That helps generate economic activity. And with respect to the rent rebate, that's a tremendous offer as well. And I was actually just talking to somebody here this morning that said, boy, this is good. I hope that people know about this. And that's such an important thing, and that's why I'm glad that we're here to announce this with the governor, to announce this work that was done, and to let people know that this exists. And now, especially with the rise in the income requirements, there are a lot of people that will be able to benefit from this. And I'm here, again, to say thank you. This was a bipartisan bill, and you see this here before you being bipartisanship, but also get the word out. Let people know about this. Let people know about these opportunities. And if my office can help, We are here. That's one of the big things that we do in our district offices across the 3 counties that I represent is rent and rebate. So it's a tremendous opportunity. We thank the governor for being here and look forward to the implementation of this. And thank you all. And with that, I will introduce Bill Parrish.
Thank you, Governor. Good morning. Not too long ago, a woman came up to me and said, "Are you doing taxes this year?" I guess that's burned into my forehead, volunteer tax preparer. And yeah, I expect to be doing that again this year. And well, is that property tax rebate still going to be in there? Not only is it still in there, it's bigger and better than ever before. You're in luck. So, and behind me, we see the different features of it. Not only is it a bigger rebate, but also the qualifying income has gone up a lot more to make a lot more people eligible. And one thing I don't see on us is that for renters, those numbers have increased considerably. And when you're doing these taxes, there's so many times that somebody's right on the line there, and you just say, sorry. So this year I don't have to worry about that. So just across the board, there are some improvements here, and it's bigger than better. And with that, I'd like to introduce Amber Murray, who, like myself, is also a volunteer, and she'll be talking about the volunteer work she does.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to see everybody here in attendance today. Thank you for coming. So, as he said, I'm Amber Murray. I'm here to talk about my experience with community and just the YMCA. I used to come here as a child for all the programs, and I honestly haven't heard too much going on about the Y. Just the sense of community, the sense of family in our community was just gone. But within the last maybe like 2 years, the YMCA has brought family back into our community, and I absolutely love it. Me and my children come down here, and it has just been an amazing blessing, an amazing addition to our lives. Again, it just gives us a sense of family. All the workers are just so kind and loving and caring. They ask about my kids. They ask what's going on in our lives. We just love it here. I wouldn't be able to take advantage of some of the programs at the Y if not for some of the other programs that they offer. The number one for me and my family being the childcare program. I absolutely love that I can come here, drop my kids off, know that they're in good hands, good loving hands, and I can go do what I have to do, get my workout on, and go pick my kids back up, and we can get on home. So, again, it lets me take advantage of the programs. I love everything that the YMCA does for our community, and that's where our governor comes into play. Cutting costs to put money back into families' pockets. In December, our governor signed a law on expansion of the Child and Dependent Care Tax Credit for more than 210,000 families. The previous laws would only match 30% of that, but now the state credit will match 100% of that, helping families offset the burden of rising child care costs in the Commonwealth. PA's economy loses $3.47 billion every year in lost earnings, productivity, and tax revenue because family cannot access consistent, reliable child care. So before I close, I just want to say to all of my Johnstown community, please, please come out to the Y, take advantage of everything that they offer. Children, man, woman, families alike, they have something for everybody. Please do not be afraid to come down and take advantage of the family that the Y will bring to your family. So, without further ado, I give you guys our governor. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Amber. It is good to be with all of you today. It's good to be back in Johnstown, and it is great to be here at the Y. I'm a Y guy. Our family enjoy the Y, and unfortunately it was on a basketball court like this weekend where my kids did not go easy on me, and hence the back pain I'm experiencing right now. But I still try and think I'm 20 years old when I'm out there playing, and my kids remind me every day that I am not. But it is wonderful to be here with all of you today, and Amber, I want to thank you for sharing your family story and your experience here at the Y, and the stories of our families and our seniors, like the ones Bill serves every single day. Well, they're why I do what I do as governor. These stories motivate me to deliver for the good people of Pennsylvania. And before I begin and talk about how we're delivering for the good people of Pennsylvania, I want to say a special thanks to Representative Frank Burns and Senator Wayne Langerholk for their work to advocate for our families and for our seniors all across Pennsylvania. Gentlemen, I appreciate both of your leadership. Thank you very, very much. I hope it is not lost on anyone that even in these hyper-polarized times, these times of deep division in our nation, these times where it feels like Democrats and Republicans sometimes can't figure out how to even talk to one another, in Harrisburg, under Representative Burns and Senator Langerholk's leadership, we are finding ways to come together to get stuff done for the good people of Pennsylvania, and most importantly, to put money back into people's pockets. Our work to cut costs for Pennsylvanians, well, I know that is especially important here in the Johnstown community, and I know all of you know that. I know that leaders like Mayor Frank, I'll call you Mayor Frank, there you go, Mayor Frank, and our county commissioners Hunt and Ranger and Chernisky, we appreciate you guys very, very much. I know that they have heard from their constituents routinely about the challenges when it comes to rising costs for families and seniors across this community, and I'm grateful for the leadership that you gentlemen provide. Many of you have heard me say this many times before. We've got a GSD attitude in the Shapiro administration. That means we focus on getting, stuff done. There's children here, so we'll just say stuff. We bring government together not just to talk about stuff, but to actually deliver real tangible results for the people of Pennsylvania. We are cutting costs. We're putting money back in people's pockets, and we are helping families and seniors get by. And we get all of this done in a divided legislature. Understand for a moment, I'm the only governor in the entire country that has a divided legislature, meaning one chamber is led by Democrats and the other led by Republicans. Yet we are finding ways to come together to get stuff done. As I've crisscrossed this Commonwealth, I've heard firsthand from Pennsylvanians who are, of course, struggling with rising costs. They told me how it seems like the price of everything is going up, from rent to childcare to your groceries, and they just need a little bit of help making ends meet and getting by. On the campaign trail, and I would note that I kicked off my general election campaign right here in Johnstown. On the campaign trail, I made a promise, including that day in Johnstown, that I would work to cut costs for the people of Pennsylvania. And in my first year as governor that's just wrapped up last week, I'm proud that we are delivering on that promise for young families and for our seniors in two very, very meaningful ways. We started by expanding the property tax rent rebate program, giving seniors the largest tax cut in nearly 2 decades in Pennsylvania. The property tax rent rebate program has been a lifeline for our seniors, especially seniors who live on a fixed income. I heard about it from seniors like those who visit here at the Greater Johnstown Y. They come here for pickleball every week or aquatics class. Maybe I should take up pickleball instead of basketball at this point. And I heard from folks, of course, like Bill, who just spoke a few moments ago. Our seniors shouldn't have to worry about being able to afford to stay in their homes. You know, the homes where you raised your families, the homes where you made lots of memories. And so we did something about that to allow them to be able to stay in their homes. First, we raised the maximum rebate from $650 all the way up to $1,000. So if you received the maximum rebate last year of $650, now you're in a position to get an additional $350, taking you all the way up to $1,000. And you don't have to wait years and years and years for this to happen. It happens right now in 2024. So that's the first thing we did. We raised the maximum amount you could get back. Here's the second thing we did. We increased the income cap for renters and homeowners all the way up to $45,000 a year. Bill referred to this before, and I've heard about this for years, and I know the representative and the senator hear this too, that too oftentimes seniors were priced out because they made just a little too much. They got just a little too much in their Social Security, and so they didn't qualify for that property tax rent rebate. That is no longer the case because we've raised that income cap up to $45,000. And third, so we don't have to worry about folks getting priced out of the market in the future, what we did was we tied that income cap to a cost of living increase going forward. So if your Social Security check goes up a little bit, that means you don't lose out on your property tax rent rebate. That is really critical. So first, we raised the amount of money. Second, we raised the income cap. And third, we tied it to cost of living going forward. So what does that mean? In a nutshell, the 400,000 Pennsylvanians who already qualified for the property tax rent rebate will see their rebates nearly double. And because of these updates, an additional 175,000 seniors are now going to get property tax relief. And as your costs go up, the relief will be there for you. Right here in Cambria County, let me tell you what that means. An additional 3,500 seniors are now going to qualify for the property tax rent rebate on top of those who already qualified before. So 3,500 more people getting help thanks to this bipartisan work we did together. The application period just opened up last week. A lot of ways for you to get access to this help. First, you can go online to pa.gov/PTRR, and we've got a relatively simple form you could fill out, or head on over to Representative Burns or Senator Langer-Holt's office, and they have staff there who can walk you through the process of applying. If you think you're on the cusp, you should still check it out and see if you can get that help. This is incredibly important for our seniors, and it's putting money back in their pockets. But listen, we can't stop there. Remember, we're focused on getting stuff done. And so along with seniors, I know our families, especially families with children, well, they're dealing with the strain of rising costs too. You heard Amber reference this before. We know that childcare is very expensive, and Jim and Amber know this firsthand. That's why places like the Greater Johnstown YMCA are doing all they can to keep good, quality, affordable childcare available in this community. But even with the meaningful efforts of the YMCA, there are working families all across this community and across Pennsylvania who really need help to make childcare more accessible. This tax credit delivers for them. Starting this year, again, this isn't one of those things that happens a decade from now. Starting this year, right now in 2024, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania is matching 100% of the federal childcare tax credit that Pennsylvanians receive on their tax returns. Previously, Amber talked about this before, we only matched 30%. So we're going from 30% to 100%. Here is the net effect. That means thousands of dollars are going back into the pockets of 210,000 Pennsylvanians, including just about 1,300 families right here in Cambria County. Now, let's do the math. For a family with 2 children in the lower income bracket, that means their refundable state tax credit, which in 2023 was $630, it's going to climb to $2,100. $630 all the way up to $2,100. That's nearly triple the amount of money that's going back in your pocket. Nearly every single parent in Pennsylvania that has their kid in childcare is going to get relief. And look, this is good for our families. Obviously, it puts more money back in their pockets. But it's good for our economy, too. It's one of the reasons why the Chambers of Commerce and others have come behind this proposal as strongly as they have. We know when families can afford reliable childcare, parents can get back to work. Businesses don't lose out on great employees, and kids get wonderful early learning opportunities like the ones they get here at the Y. I want to say a special thanks to Representative Burns and his colleagues in the House for making this child care tax credit a priority when we were negotiating the budget. We had to find priorities that were important to Democrats and important to Republicans, and Representative Burns was there every step of the way, insisting that this be a part of the final package. We are profoundly grateful to him for his leadership. Listen, folks, this stuff is common sense, right? You heard me talk about it all the time. We got to do common sense things for the good people of Pennsylvania. And we owe it to Pennsylvanians to make these kinds of investments that cut costs and put more money back in their pockets and help them succeed. Instead of leaving money in some bank account in Harrisburg controlled by politicians, we're taking the money and putting it back in your pockets where it belongs, allowing you, our seniors, and our families to deal with rising costs and to be able to get by. So for every Pennsylvanian who needs just a little bit more help, here's what you need to know. If you are a Pennsylvanian caring for a child or loved one, the process to get the tax credit is really quite simple. Head on over to pa.gov/childcare tax credit, and we will walk you through the exact steps you need to take. The bottom line here is when you fill out both your federal taxes and your state taxes, you need to note those child care expenses so you can get that 100% match from the state. Again, for that typical family with 2 kids in child care, it's going from $630 all the way up to $2,100. This is real money. We want to make sure you fill out that application properly on your taxes. And if you're a senior looking for help, obviously head on over to talk to Bill or talk to our representative or senator, or we've got a pretty easy online resource, pa.gov/PTRR. You can apply right online. And if you run into trouble with any of this, you can just text me directly, seriously, and we'll get you an answer. You can text me directly at 717-788-8990. Shoot us a text on either one of these things, and we will get you an answer. Look, here's the last thing I want to say. Folks, you know me. You've seen my work for a lot of years. I am not a fan of a whole lot of talk. I'm a fan of action. I like to focus on results and getting things done, focus on bringing Democrats and Republicans together to improve people's lives. I hope the good people of Johnstown can see that we're making a real difference for Pennsylvania families and for our Pennsylvania seniors by figuring out ways to come together, to cut through that polarization and focus on real results. It's just 1-2 more examples of how even in these divided times, we're showing that we can govern together and get stuff done. This is what good government looks like. So I want to thank you all for welcoming me back today. I want to thank your representative and your senator for their important work in Harrisburg. Thank all of our local elected leaders who are here who fight for you every day. This is an important community to me. I won't forget you. We're going to continue to be here delivering and making sure that folks' lives here are even better and even stronger. And so with that, we'd be more than happy to take some questions from the media. Thank you all very, very much. Thank you. Thank you. Seeing none, we will break. Thank you all very much. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're fine, sir. Hey, Dave, can we get tone then? Yes, please.
that said, boy, this is great to see that on the fruition, because we know when families can work, that have children, that helps.
In these hyper-polarized times, these times of deep division in our nation, these times where it feels like Democrats and Republicans sometimes can't figure out how to even talk to one another. In Harrisburg, under Representative Burns and Senator Lango-Holt's leadership, we are finding ways to come together to get stuff done for the good people of Pennsylvania, and most importantly, to put money back into people's pockets. Our work to cut costs.
Look at that, Commissioner. Oh, you do. Thank you. Remember, Henry County, 67 counties, we always do a little bit more.
I know, you guys are great. How you doing?
Is this your phone? Yeah.
Good.